Tim Dorrell is one of the most successful owners of outlets in Thailand, particularly in Pattaya, pubs, you name it. And it's a pleasure to have him here at the wine tasting this evening. Tim, I'd like you to comment on the wines that you've tasted this evening from Bovlei.
Well, Alan, it's first of all, I'd like to say it's a pleasure to once again be invited to a wine tasting of South African wines, which have been a favourite of mine for many years. And this evening's wine tasting has proven to be yet another most enjoyable evening of excellent wines. My personal taste runs to red, and I would certainly say that the reds were outstanding this evening. And I think Bovlei do a very good job. Once again, it's somewhat personal taste, but the Centenary Shiraz is outstanding. The Shiraz Mourvedre is nice, and I think there's another Shiraz as well, all of which are very good, most enjoyable, I think.
Well, thank you very much indeed to Tim Dorrell, the owner of extremely good outlets right here in Pattaya. Thank you, sir.
Well, I had been going through all these wines. Now there are quite a lot of whites and reds. So this is my sort of a last one. I had Merlots, I have the Shiraz, I got the Shiraz Mourvedre. So quite a bit actually. So not to get confused, what I did was I was sort of just sipping all the wines. So this one, to me, a nice bouquet. Well, so let me just have a sip and see how it. Wow, quite nice. This is a typical Shiraz Mourvedre blend, and it is not like the Mourvedre, or in other words, in other countries like Australia they call it Mataro. So it's the same varietal Mourvedre, and I find it's very interesting when you blend Shiraz with the Mourvedre. I think it's about 60%, 40%, and this wine can go very well with anything. I would even go some fish dishes like salmon, so lamb, beef, barbecues, perfect. And when you consider the prices, I think people don't have to worry too much about these wines because they're not expensive too, and very comfortable, very nice. And second sip always give you a more indication about the wine, so let me have my second one. Yeah, it's a nice upfront flavors. It registered at the back palate too, so that means it has a nice, it's not a long finish, but it has a nice finish too. Nice wine. I like it. I hope you like it too.
Now to Mark Cawley of Centara Hotel. Centara here in Pattaya, extremely successful. One of the largest hotels in the country. How many rooms?
We have 550 rooms, ranging from single rooms to suites to family residences and royal suite.
Mark, thank you for coming to the wine tasting tonight for Bovlei. Your comment on Bovlei wines?
I'm impressed. The white wines, I really like the Vanier, the single grape wine. It's really impressive. From the red wines, I've enjoyed the Shiraz and the Shiraz Mourvedre, the blend. Very nice.
And for your hotel, do you think the tourists that come into your hotel would accept and enjoy South African wines?
Everything is around the price point, and I think South African wines are really nicely priced. We can sell them here in Pattaya, and I think the guests will be impressed.
There we are, Mark Cawley of Centara. Thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the rest of the Bovlei tonight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. A great pleasure to introduce to the viewers the General Manager of Bovlei. Now, when I last did an interview about Bovlei, we were calling it Bovlei Winery, and this time we have the new rebranded Bovlei Cellar.
That's correct, yeah.
Herman Roux, thank you very much indeed for coming to Thailand. A comment on the rebranding, please.
Alan, yes, we've spent some time to redefine what Bovlei stands for. And we came up with a few characteristics or unique facts how you can describe Bovlei. And it's important for every business that if you want to go forward, you need to know where you come from. And Bovlei is positioned as the second oldest winery or cellar in South Africa, cooperative cellar. And our 32 members has a very proud French winemaking legacy. And we see ourselves that we have transformed over time, and that we are now a global, modern and contemporary winery. And we have products that can satisfy the taste and needs of consumers globally, especially also in the Thai market. I think our wines will definitely complement the Thai food. Especially some of the wines, they got spicy wines, we got fruity wines, we got excellent red wines. So yes, we are very much optimistic about the Bovlei of the future.
You mentioned 32 members of Bovlei. What do you mean by 32 members?
The winery belongs to the 32 members. They have all got their own individual farms, and the winery belongs to them, and then they produce their grapes and they deliver it to the winery. And then we make the wine, and as far as possible we keep the different grapes and separate from each member. So we actually running the winery as an cooperative estate. So if I drink a Cabernet tonight, I can trace this Cabernet back to one of my members' vineyards on the farm. And if it's a good wine, we can work on that one for next year and say, can we improve on that one? So yeah, it's run like a cooperative estate.
Herman, the future of Bovlei, specifically in Thailand, where do you see it?
Well, I think we will be foolish not to realize the difficult market conditions globally, and especially also in the Thai market. And that is why we have now come up with a combined strategy with B&K Pattaya, that we will focus the future on basically twofold legs, and that is that we will work on the existing customer base and prove to them that we have the products that has a very good value proposition, and then they spread the news to potential new customers as well. So we will work the existing customer base, but also with our value proposition we will also focus on potential new customers. And then to go with that, I think the service levels of B&K Pattaya is excellent, and I don't think we can ask for a better partner than B&K Pattaya.
Now, my last question, Herman. Yes. I know you have a very creative team at Bovlei. Can we see any new production of new wines in the future?
Yes, I'm not allowed to say too much about that, but yes, we will see the introduction of a new ultra premium range. It's one that will replace the Centenary range. And yes, we're also looking at a few new products that we will add to the existing range. So yeah, and we will see a few interesting products coming from Bovlei in the future.
Well, there are. Thank you very much indeed. Lots of excitement here about Bovlei, and thank you very much indeed to the leader, General Manager Herman Roux. Thank you, sir.
Alan.
Thank you.